senior captain Tyler Batty, who shook off a serious injury as a teenager to excel as a Division I player at BYU. And through 2 games of what will be his final season in Provo, Tyler is displaying his trademark tenacity in leading BYU to a 2-0 record. Please welcome into Studio C defensive end Tyler Batty. Good to see you. I just mentioned that we got to see a story about you last week. Did you get to see that story about you?
Yeah, it was. That was really cool.
What were your thoughts when you were watching it?
That's a tough question. I think there were a lot of different thoughts, going through my head. I think it was cool to be able to just tell a little bit about myself, just kind of tell that piece of my history. So it was really cool. And
now that you are at this stage of your career, looking back at that time, how do you kind of assess the journey you've been on?
It's been fun, that's for sure. I think it's been long, a long time coming, but it's been really fun and really rewarding.
Why are you back for one more season here at BYU?
We had some unfinished business, didn't we?
That's right.
Yeah. So.
Because when the season ended last year, I'm sure there are people maybe telling you now's the right time to take it to the next level. You certainly had the skill and the ability, and had to be a consideration. Can you take us a little bit into your thought and decision process?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we finished that Oklahoma State game, and I in some ways I felt like there was a little note of finality there, that was kind of it, and that that had wrapped up my 4 years at BYU, and that it was time to move on. My wife can attest to this. The next 48, 72 hours post game was just kind of a roller coaster of emotions. We're leaving, we're staying, we're leaving, we're staying. And at the end of the day, I just, didn't feel great about leaving, and just felt again like we left a lot on the table, and that we had unfinished business, so there was still stuff to take care of.
Kalani, were you kind of letting Tyler be, with his own thoughts at that time? Were you telling him things that maybe you hoped he wanted to hear, or you wanted him to know from you?
I was giving him space, but I wanted Jay Hill I was sending other coaches to get to him. I think he already knew. He already knows me. I mean but I want him to know that I want what's best for him, and if we can work on this together and figure it out. But Batty just took control of his destiny and said, you know what, I feel really good about it. I remember we were in staff meeting, and he just opened the door, and we're like, oh, we got kind of shocked that he was there, and he's just like, I'm staying, let's do this. And I was like, okay, there we go. I was like, did you confirm this with your wife? And he said, yeah, and he felt really good about it, and we felt great about it. So he had every reason to leave, but he knew that there's something that he wanted to get done here, and he's done a great job since then, being such a great leader for our team. He's always been a leader. Ever since he stepped onto campus, there's something special about him. And as he's gone through this kind of growing up and getting older and becoming the man that he is now, he went through, the single to the married, and now he's still, the crazy thing is he's still super intense, and the way he plays football, I need everyone to have this type of motor. Yeah. And he's such a great example. And then he's super intense, but he's like super humble. He's such a great leader, and he cares about our guys. And so I need him around as long as he wants to be here, So I know this year's going to be it, but we're going to make the most out of it.
What has this 2-0 start to the year shown you already, Tyler, about this defense and this team?
It's kind of just I think the proof of a lot of the hard work that we put in the off season, to get ready for this fall. We're stoked. We're stoked about, how we started the season. We're excited to get better, continue to get better. But we have a great locker room. We have a great group of guys on the team, and our defensive unit has gelled really well in the off season, and so it's nice to finally be able to put a product on the field.
What has Jay Hill meant to the defense as a coach, and what can you say about the last 2 weeks that he and all of you have been through together?
Yeah, Jay Hill means a ton to the defense. The moment that you know, he came around the team. He just brings a great energy, you know what I mean, and a great focus. He's definitely a, you know, high standards, you know what I mean, high demand, but also, you know what I mean, he'll love you up and he'll support you, you know what I mean. And so just he invests in everyone individually, which I think is really cool. And so every guy on the defense know that he cares about him. And so, yeah, with that, you know, situation with him being hospitalized, it was a scary moment, you know, and guys really, you know, took that to heart. And I think it was eye-opening for some guys, like, hey, you know, you never know when things are over, so kind of let it all hang out.
You have a team, football team, then you have the offense, defense, special teams division, and then within the defense, you've got rooms, and you have a defensive lineman group. What are some of your thoughts about your boys on the D-line this year?
Just stoked. Yeah, stoked for our D-line unit. Just really proud of the way guys have performed, you know, the past couple weeks. It's been fun to see. You know, a lot of us, we've played a long time together, right? Me and John and Blake have been here, you know, every year together. You know, we add Logan Latui, he's been with us for a couple years now, and Isaiah Banya, he's been with us for a couple years now. And so we have a really strong group of seniors, and I think under all those guys, we have, you know, great talent and great potential, and guys who are looking to work hard and make their impact. And so, you know, I really love our D-line, and I'm super excited for the rest of the season.
So to Kate, to ask you about an off-field pursuit, you were involved, I think maybe with your dad too, in using equine therapy to help children with special needs and others in that way. Is that still a part of your life? Yeah,
absolutely. So I founded Edward's Hands. It's our nonprofit, right, for equine therapy. 3 years ago. Does
this go back to Coach Lamb?
It does, and I was just about to say, so its namesake is Coach Ed Lamb's son, Edward. And so, you know, during COVID, when that kind of all happened, they were down a lot riding horses with us, and we just saw such an incredible change with, you know, Coach Lamb's son, Edward.
That has autism, right?
Yes.
You may have said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we saw such an incredible change with him that you know, just kind of sparked us like, hey, we need to turn this into more than just, you know, kind of an unorganized attempt to help people into something really organized, really something substantial. And it's been slow growth, but it's been super awesome. Don't ask Coach about his experience on horses. He's not too fond of riding horses.
I mean, come on. I think a horse panics when it sees me walking up.
I think it's a great thing that you do, and I just wanted to see if that was still something that was part of your life.
No,
I think
it's been awesome.
Great.